My name is Marjorie Decker. I'm currently a Cambridge City Councilor, and I've been on the City Council for 13 years. I'm now a candidate for State Representative for the 25th Middlesex District. Yeah, I think that I have a public record over the last 13 years for standing up for the most vulnerable amongst us, particularly standing up for people who have not been recognized fully as whole citizens, who sometimes have faced barriers that we have created in government or in the private sector. I have a record of standing up and working to raise money for marriage equality. I have a record of being on national TV and talking about the importance of eliminating the federal penalty tax, for recognizing the total cost of healthcare costs for our city employees who are in same-sex marriages. So I think that my commitment to LGBT issues is long-standing. I have 13 years of where people can really judge my commitment and my advocacy, not because I'm a candidate for state rep, but I also have a long history and record of being an ally and working with, in collaboration, from my early years as a high school student at Ringe and Latin through my university years and beyond. This is not, these aren't issues that I care about because I'm running for office. These are issues I care about because I care about the kind of community I live in and who gets to live in that community. It's an honor. It's an honor to be recognized by the LGBT community, to know that, in fact, they do believe that I'm going to be someone who's out there working to support the full citizenship of LGBT residents throughout Massachusetts. And I'm fortunate to come from a city that is strongly supportive of LGBT rights and full equality, but to be part of that stage at the state level and to work with individuals who believe not only will I be a good vote, but I think that I was also supported because people know that I'm going to do more than just be a good vote. I'm going to really work in partnership, in coalition, to make sure that that there's a day in which LGBT residents and individuals, it's not seen as something that's so other. That, right, our brothers and sisters in the LGBT community are fully integrated into our society, and that there are no impediments, no barriers, and certainly no laws that are stopping the full integration and recognition. And someday maybe it's just not even a conversation anymore. It's just, it's identity, but it's not identity because of laws and attitudes and behaviors that prevent people from being fully realized for who they are. Right? Well, I think the most immediate thing we need to do is to quickly work and identify with organizations. Like in Cambridge, we have Youth on Fire, and working with organizations around the state, and there's not enough or many of them that we know are in touch with homeless youth or unaccompanied youth. And in that population, knowing that there's a high percentage of LGBT young people, they don't have enough resources currently. They don't have enough resources just to do the day-to-day work. And also creating, what I have done with Youth on Fire and will continue to do, is building partnerships for them in the business community so that they also are visible and that they're integrated into the rest of the community and seen themselves as residents of that community. They may be, homeless at that moment, but they're not without home and community. So I think that that's the first thing that, and that's not legislation, but that's just how I have been as an elected official. So I'll continue doing that with Cambridge, but also hopefully being a part of that and the, in a statewide approach. We also then need to continue to support legislation that prevents and also holds accountable for the adults and young people who are involved or complicit in bullying, and recognizing all the forms that takes, and recognizing that we have that we're providing training and education to those who are involved in working with unaccompanied youth, from everything from healthcare to mental health services to housing searches to our schools, making sure that they're also specifically trained in the culture of understanding the needs of LGBT youth, many of them who've actually left their homes or been kicked out of their homes just because of their identity. To members who see this who don't live in Cambridge, to say that I promise you that the issues that are important to mass equality are important to me. I have always been somebody who stood up for the rights of anyone who's faced barriers in their life, and the promise of this country is that we all get to wake up and through the support of community and government, that we are able to fully realize our potential in this world, knowing that when we're able to maximize our potential as people, that we all benefit from that. And I know that members of the LGBT community, while incredible strides have been made, to the point where maybe there's also some complacency for the rest of us who have to be continue to be on high alert around the barriers and the discrimination that occurs, in particular for the LGBT community. I'm somebody who never takes a pass. I've never asked to take a pass, and I've never actually taken a pass on issues that are controversial, complicated, or difficult. And I will continue to be a champion for all of those amongst us who are the most vulnerable, but anyone who's not able to wake up and fully realize their potential because of barriers that have been created, or behaviors that continue to exist that don't support that. So, thank you.